Um, I watched this Rick Rubin show, Tetragrammaton, with this guy Wes Lang, and it was a absolutely phenomenal interview and truly remarkable, like, artist and painter, who shared, like, very candidly and meaningfully and generously, like, about his childhood, his connection and relationship to music and sonic and temporal art, and its effects and influence on his artistic practice as a painter. And hands down, my favorite interview with any living painter. And I was thrown into a rage, or rather, I worked myself into a rage after reading some of the comments, which we all know people are monsters on the internet, but it was so flagrantly just disturbed and disgusting, the some of the comments in there. And in the interview, Wes Lang talks about how there were, friends, colleagues, people he had working relationships with, who explicitly advised him against pursuing something that seemed, at least from like a listener's perspective, as things that would advance your career in very meaningful ways. And he talks about it. It was just such a relief, and like to see, like he all of his responses were so like generous about inviting us into his history, his life, his decisions, major things that affected his career fundamentally. And a lot of the stuff was like, talking about very difficult psycho-emotional challenges, and I was so shook by the like vile comments, and it made me really just it just, the way that I felt was, you couldn't meet someone who has more like Keatsian, sublime, sort of mystic, like almost mystic, like almost like a sort of Sufi, like a mystic creative power, paired with genuine just human spirit that is like a comrade before anything. Like he can, someone who's reaches out genuinely to people, like just at a baseline. And to see that people would it just, I couldn't believe that having 2 hours of an artist showing you a 93 painting series with an obscene coherence and unbelievable just fully developed, manifested body of work. Like the ambition and execution and unbelievable movement that's mysterious and strange, but also archetypical. And they invite you in to see that before any. And then you have people saying the most monstrous shit. I was like, wow. It just made me realize that like just how much people actually hate art, you know, and fundamentally, like, there's a way in which people's expertise leads them to a permanent divorce from ever being able to even interact with meaningfully like art when it's slapping them in the face, or when it's like dancing with them like unabashedly, you know what I mean? And then for some reason I was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna basically I've been trying to just release as much, like, I don't even know if it's art, but like try and just get as much of the stuff I've made out into the world, because pretty much thought I was going to be dying like pretty near future. It's just been since COVID. I was like working at a university in the Department of Rhetoric and like writing poetry, hanging around all these really, really, really bright, creative, talented writer, academic types. And then got laid off during COVID, got evicted, and then have been like homeless in winter 3 times. Got assaulted and tased and then tortured by 3 security personnel. Where they just charged, had, 3 felony assaults that then they just ended up just dropping everything once, like, I guess my public defender was like, looked at everything and was like, yeah. But anyway, I have like brain damage and PTSD and just deteriorated basically. But anyway, the project that I release music under is called Resnikov, Zhukovsky Desert Nomad Block. And so this is basically just a sonic diary like series that like is just for the void. But I see like a lot of content that's like, I don't know, just where people are like, the plugins, software, the equipment, the studio, the gear, like the release dates for singles, this like all of this like, and it's like, if you're actually working with people in the industry, like, sure, like all that stuff, good, go do that. But I sort of feel like I just wanted to document, like, in a lame diary form, the way that like I compose music, and don't, it's DAW-less, there's no computer, and it's really like methodologically very limiting the way that I record, because you have to sort of basically layer different tracks, like, and each one, if there's any mistake and you don't redo it, like you have like a rough cut. So, but anyway, I thought I'd just like record some of these to just show the process. I don't know. I think when I was like in a rage, I was like, oh, like this is gonna be like in solidarity with Wes Lang. It's like, if I actually like made a symphony right now, maybe that would make more sense. But anyway, I use a very like a crappy synth. I don't know if the copyright thing, so I won't say them because someone will have a problem with it. But it's just an 88, grade weighted key synthesizer. The engine's been around for decades, and then just a loop pedal. Anyway. I guess I should probably say something, like have something that could theoretically be of value to people. I guess like one thing maybe just like will be a little like lens for this is like like just how modulation works, or like how interesting things happen when you modulate, and so like keys or whatever. So I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of like just move from A minor, which has no sharps or flat, relative minor of C major, and then just sort of walk up in fifths in all, but just in the minor keys. So it'll be like adding one sharp. It'll be adding like F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp each, you know. And I'll do like some sort of slowed down or cadential cadence thing to like signify it. That's probably it for right now.
ser obvious.